Good day, viewers. Welcome back to this show, Grammar Genius, with me, Imran Sidi Ahmad. Remember, in our last discussion or last session, we're talking about reflexive singular pronouns, in which we have them in the object position and in which they are referring back to the subject of the sentence. And today we're going to continue from where we stopped. We have the reflexive pronouns in the object position, the plural reflexive pronouns. We have the examples here: ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So these are the three plural reflexive pronouns we have. Let's move on to the sentential examples and see how they unfold. We have the first example: we decided to paint the room ourselves. We're talking about us, ourselves, right? So we decided to paint the room ourselves. You see, this ourselves is also referring back to the pronoun here, we, this at the subject position, right? Good. Let's have another example. Help yourselves to some snack on the table. Help yourselves to some snack on the table. Remember earlier, or rather in our previous discussion, I told you that we have a null subject. Null subject. A situation whereby you have the subject but you can't see it, but it's there. We'll find out more about this matter when we come to discuss deeply in syntax, right? So help yourselves to some snack on the table. Yourselves here is referring back to the null subject we have here. There's a subject. For example, you can say you should help yourselves to some snack on the table. You should help yourselves to some snack on the table. But we ignored, or we took away the you and should. Then we only use the help yourselves to some snack on the table. So that's why we said we have a null subject in this example. You consider you have it and it's referring back to the subject pronoun. The kids played in the park by themselves. The kids. This is the what? The noun in the subject area, and then themselves referring back to this particular example here. The kids played in the park by themselves. And the next example. Fine. Now let's continue with the demonstrative pronouns. What are demonstrative pronouns? These demonstrative pronouns are what's used to point out, like pointers, to indicate nouns, specific nouns in sentences. They help in specifying which particular thing or things are being referred to. Alright, so these are basically demonstrative pronouns. Let's see the examples here. We have the singular demonstrative pronouns. They are used to point out a single item, right? Like what? This and that. They are pointers. Alright, you point this particular thing here or that. This, that, this, that. So you see, this here is referring to something close to you, close by, within your reach, something within your reach. And when you're talking about that thing, you're talking about something that is beyond your reach, something just, a bit farther than you, a bit far away than you. So these are the two examples. We are going to see the sentential examples here. This book is mine. This book. All right, you hold something like this. You say, let's assume this is a book. You say, this book is mine. This book is mine. Or rather, this book is mine. Something within your reach. Then we have, can you pass me that over there? Can you pass me that over there? Let's assume that you are referring to happens to be maybe a spoon. We should have added a spoon here. Can you pass me that spoon over there? Can you pass me that spoon over there? That spoon over there. Something, beyond your reach. I hope we're on the same track with you, my viewers. Let's proceed. Then we have also the plural demonstrative pronouns. They are used to point out multiple items, many items, like what? These and those. The singular form of these is this, the one we just explained, and the singular form of those is that. Now, these is many things close to you, and those many things that are above your reach. The sentential examples here. These cupcakes are delicious. These cupcakes are delicious. It's not delicious. No. My Nigerian speaker is not delicious. It's delicious. Delicious. We'll know more about this pronunciation when we come to phonology, sound system. These cupcakes are delicious. Delicious. These cupcakes are delicious. So when we're talking about these, we're talking about multiple cupcakes, all right? Many cupcakes that are here. They are delicious. These cars are theirs. These cars are theirs. You're talking about the cars that are there with you. These cars are whose? Theirs. All right? Those flowers in the garden are so beautiful. Those flowers in the garden are so beautiful. So now those, you're talking about the flowers in the garden that is not close to you. All right? Those flowers in the garden. All right? Those flowers in the garden, a bit far away from you. Those houses belong to my father. Those houses belong to my father. You are pointing at certain houses, maybe house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, or maybe the houses in an estate or something of a nature. Those houses belong to my father. So these are basically the examples on the plural demonstrative pronouns. Now we have the WH interrogative pronouns. It's not W, it's W. WH interrogative pronouns. Now, what are WH interrogative pronouns? These are the pronouns that begin with WH, like what, which, all right, who, whom. These are the WH interrogative pronouns. They are used in asking questions, yes. For example, we have who, whom, whose, which, and what. These are the what? WH interrogative pronouns. Let's have the sentential examples. The first one we have is, who is the new manager at the office? Who is the new manager at the office? Who here is a question. All right, who is the new manager at the office? Whom did you invite to the event? Whom did you invite to the event? This is referring to what? A person also. Whom did you invite to the event? Whose car is parked in front of the house? Whose car is parked in front of the house? Also, what? A question. WH interrogative. Which restaurant should we go for dinner? Which restaurant should we go for dinner? You are referring to what? A question here. What is the best way to learn language? What is the best way to learn a language? So now, looking at these examples here, when we say interrogative, WH interrogative, the things that will come to many people's mind will be like, maybe say interrogative. When you say interrogative, they'll be thinking of maybe when you are being interrogated at the police station or something. No, that's not really necessary. It doesn't have to be that. Even as such, they are asking questions. What happened? Who did you see? What comes before that, in that order. So questioning, all right, asking questions is basically the meaning of interrogative. You're interrogating someone, you're asking them questions. That's just it. Let's move on. Relative pronouns. So now we're talking about, from the name relative, you're talking about something that is showing relationship between this and that, all right, or something that is joining this and that. This is the meaning of relative pronouns. Let's see the definition here. Relative pronoun is a type of pronoun used to introduce a relative clause in a sentence. It connects the clause to a noun or pronoun and helps provide additional information about that noun or a pronoun. All right, so from the definition here, we're simply talking about relationship. It relates, it connects, it joins, all right, the pronoun in question, all right, and to introduce relative clause, a clause that relates to that pronoun or adds more information about that pronoun. Let's see them, like who, whom, whose, which, and that. My viewers, don't get confused. We have some of these in the what WH question. We'll talk about the difference between WH question and relative pronouns immediately after this. Let's have the sentential examples. The woman who lives next door is a doctor. The woman who lives next door is a doctor. So you see, who here is a relative pronoun because the woman is what? A pronoun here. We have a pronoun. A common noun, woman. All right. So who here is a pronoun, relative pronoun. It connects the woman with lives next door here. It connects this with this because this lives next door is a doctor is adding more information. It's giving more clarification about this particular woman. So who here is a relative pronoun because it connects this woman, the woman here in subject position, and lives next door is a doctor. So this is the connector here. All right, connector. The artist whom I admire is having an exhibition. The artist whom I admire is having an exhibition. So you see, whom here also is also talking about this artist and also giving more information, and also connecting this I admire is having an exhibition, which happens to be giving more clarification, more information about what this artist. This is a clause, relative clause, right? We'll also talk about more of these things that maybe try to or maybe seem to be confusing. We'll talk about them in the future. We'll come to phrases and clauses also in the future. The book whose cover is torn belongs to me. The book whose cover is torn belongs to me. So you see here, whose, all right, the book whose cover here is torn belongs to me. So this cover is torn belongs to me is being connected by whose, all right, and this whose here is connecting this the book with cover is torn belongs to me because this is showing what it's giving more information about this, the book, just like the way we have in the woman and the artist. The car which was parked outside is mine. The car which was parked outside is mine. The car which was parked outside was mine. Is mine, sorry. So this is it. This also was parked outside is mine is giving more information about the car that was parked outside. The restaurant that we visited had delicious food. The restaurant that we visited had delicious food. All right, the restaurant, we have many restaurants. So we visited the restaurant that we visited had delicious food. Not any restaurant, not the one on that street, not the one in our area, not the one, you know, at our school. No, but the restaurant that we visited had delicious food. So this is adding more information about the particular restaurant in question here. So this is it about the sentential examples of this. So now I want you to see something here. Who and whom, these two, who and whom are used for people. When you see here the woman who, the artist whom, all right, they are talking about people here. And then whose shows possession. The book whose cover, all right, is torn belongs to me. The cover talking about here, whose here, is talking about the book has a cover that is torn, all right. So it's giving clarification on possession. Which, this particular example, the car, which is used for things or maybe inanimate objects, some things that are not living things, for example, right? So which is used for things, right? Like the car which was parked outside is mine. So you see, this is a thing, the car is a thing, all right. And that, that can be used for both people and things, inanimate objects, this particular that. So this is not worthy, all right. We should keep this in mind for our future references. Let's move on. So now let's talk about the difference between interrogative and relative pronouns. For interrogative, pronouns are used to ask questions. They stand alone, and most importantly, many times they come at the beginning of what? A sentence, and they do not connect, the subject or the noun or the pronoun with a what? Clause or other clauses. It doesn't do that. It stands alone. All right, it only asks questions. Whereas when we talk about relative pronouns connect clauses to a noun or pronoun, and they provide additional information about that noun or a pronoun. They are used with relative clauses to add details to a sentence. So basically what we're talking about here is that interrogative pronouns, you only ask questions. What is this? Who is that? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? Interrogative, right? So relative pronouns, they connect, they come basically at the middle of a sentence, all right, or a clause. They connect the first part with the second part. They serve as a joint, all right. This to connect something. So now we shall also discuss more on relative pronoun in future when we come to discuss on clauses. We have relative clauses. As promised, we'll discuss more on them when we come in the future. So the last aspect should be indefinite pronouns. Now these are pronouns that do not have limitation, all right. When you say indefinite, something that is not limited, there's no specification, there's no time frame for that. So indefinite pronouns are pronouns that do not refer to a specific person, place, thing, or idea. All right, no specification. Indefinite, they can refer to anything or anyone. For example, we have anyone, we have someone, we have nobody, we have something, we have all, we have many, and we have few. These are the examples of indefinite pronouns. Now let's look at the sentential examples. Anyone can participate in the contest. Anyone can participate in the contest. So here there's no specification to you or I. All right, it may mean that you can participate, I can participate, she can participate, he can participate, anyone can participate. No specification, indefinite. That's why they are called indefinite, not specification. Yes. And we have someone. Someone left their umbrella in the hallway. Someone left their umbrella in the hallway. This here, someone, is talking about unknown person. You don't know that person. Someone left it. Who is it? You don't know. It could be a she, it could be a he. You don't know. Who left that umbrella in the hallway? No one knows. But definitely someone left their umbrella in the hallway. Also, we have nobody knows the answer to that question. Nobody knows the answer to that question. Here we're talking about, we are not referring to anyone. Nobody. All right, nobody. I don't know, you don't know, he doesn't know, she doesn't know, we don't know, they don't know, no one knows, nobody knows. All right, so you see we have another indefinite here. I found something interesting in this book. I found something interesting in this book. All right, something. All right, when you're saying something, you are not specifying what is it. The moment you say I found something interesting in this book, the question that will come out of the listener's mouth will be what? What is that thing? What is that something that you found? What is it? Tell me, what is it? So you see, there's no specification in the use of this something interesting. It's indefinite. All the students enjoyed the field trip to the zoo. All the students enjoyed the field trip to the zoo. Also here we have all right? Everyone, right? But no specification. There's no specific to a single person or a few, maybe. Many people attended the event last night. Many people attended the event last night. You see also here, many is also indefinite because it's giving a large number, many number, right? That you are not specifying, you are not being specific. The last one is, there are only a few tickets left for the event. There are only a few tickets left for the event. Let's assume you go to a cinema. Like say this cinema we have in Kano, or we have in Kaduna, or we have in Abuja, or maybe Enugu. All right, when you go to watch a movie, and suddenly you found out that there are only a few tickets left for the event, all right, or rather for the cinema show. And then when you look at this, there is not, this is not being, the speaker is not being really specific. All right, a few, does that mean one? Sorry, does that mean 3, 2, 5, 10, 15, 50, 100? No specification, only few. Only few. It could be maybe say from 2, 3 upward. Few, depending on the intention of the speaker. So this is this for the entire session. Thank you very much, my listeners. If you have any questions, comments, observations, please do not hesitate to write them down in the comment section. I remain Imran Sidi Ahmed. Thank you very much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.